So, Farseer Headhunter. Haven't seen that in a while. It's good to see a mix.
Players' forces are under attack.
And we go creeping first and foremost with a little scout here. On the other side, 120 sells the town portal, but no skull, just ghouls. So this is a very standard opening. DK ghouls and tech, no expo against Farseer Headhunter. I wonder if that's already a little win for 120. Not opening doors for a Farseer harass. And now the fight for the green spots is on. That will then be level 2. So, tame start. I gotta say, historically, Lin vs 120 is one of my favorite matchups ever. There's just something beautiful about this. Going out on a leap here, I like 120 versus Lin better than I like Happy versus Lin. Just personally. Even though those matches are freaking great as well. It seems like they have some extra motivation against each other. It's always craziness unfolding. More often than not, it goes full distance. And there's always some tactical variety here that I appreciate a ton. So I wouldn't even be too surprised to see a Dark Ranger second and to fight the Headhunters. And then it could be one of these genius Lin tech switches where you start with Headhunters to indicate that you're going tier 3 and Berserkers. You invite your opponent to the Dark Ranger and then all of a sudden you switch to Wyvern, because when you have a Dark Ranger you don't have a great counter against Wyvern.
The player's forces are under attack.
Anyway, that's all down for later. We got level 2 on both sides. Chain Lightning, an effective tool against ghouls later on. But most importantly, you want to get the wolves level 2 unlocked. Same for the DK. Grand to have the aura. And it's actually quite essential to get the aura. And here we have the Chain Lightning spam. Deny by 120 with the Ritual Dagger to not give the XP to Lin. That ghoul save with the coil as well. Headhunter saved. This is just high class Warcraft already. So many saves into multiple directions. If you had any question if these guys are in shape, the answer is freaking yes. Who had the better end of the stick here is another question. I would say this definitely goes to Lin, but for that he has to save his Farseer. There is another coil, but he needs 2. Almost a hit and 2. 120 maybe a bit overconfident, mixing in grunts for a little bit of creeping. DK is of course faster. He has 2 coiled soon. And can he force a town portal? That would even out the score. Uses the coil defensively to save that ghoul. No blocks coming in on the right hand side. This will be a town portal, but Lin is buying so much time. And not even the town portal. The Great Escape by June Park. Headhunters also. A lot of them are hurt, but most of them are saved. And we're strong 36 food with the tier 3 tech, with the Shadow Hunter. Goes 1 Beastery, so he still has the option to go to Wyvern if he needs to. But Headhunters is gonna be strong. He's gonna get Kodos, Raiders on the other side. Rather simple Lich statues. We need some healing here, but with the Shadow Hunter, creeping is obviously very, very easy as you can manipulate the A. Wait a second. Ooh, I thought for a second he's going for a tower push, but ain't no way. There's no skull. Wait, maybe the Lich is bringing the skull. No. Okay, also no Wand of Negation. So he can't get rid of these hexes. This is scary for 120, I feel. Went for Nova. So damage doable, but Lin healed all the Headhunters back up that were threatened before. Can easily contest. It is a lot of skeletons. There is a reason we call 120 the Necromancer. Loves the skeletons. by passing the rod back and forth. The big consumable on this map, a very unique item that both want to have. And we're contesting that now. Coil Nova versus Chain Lightning. Mana is rather low on the Farseer at least. No deny here. Feels like Lin is quite dominant now. With the level 2 wolves and no Dispel. 120 was strapped for cash. Couldn't go for the Dispel one, didn't want to go for the Dispel one, but he would love to have some Dispel here now. I think this is the perfect opportunity for a Wand of Negation. If you want to contest the middle, and you know that it's such an essential camp, and you know you will be up against summons, and you know you will be up against Hex, this would have been the perfect tool for 120. But he didn't get it. Hope for the 120 fans. 120 is always the weakest in the first map of the series. All the creeps are gone except the one that carries the item. Last hit for Lin again. Nice Hex. The Wand of Mana stealing on the Shadow Hunter as well. Takes the coil away. Earns himself another Hex. And Wyvern are in for a damage boost, for vision boost. There's no anti-air except the Lich. Lin realizing this smartly. No Raiders, no Kodos. We are going for damage. And how do you want to counter this now? If you bring in Darks,
Town is under siege.
they will be knocked down quickly by Headhunters. And what is the third hero now is also another question. It is the Dark Ranger, which is not ideal versus Wyvern, but also not ideal that we have one Beastery. It could just be a token Wyvern. It could just be a token Wyvern, and then it makes sense to go for Dark Ranger if the main unit is still Berserkers. Because usually for Wyvern you need double Beastery. And it helps to have a Wyvern regardless. As an air unit, you get a lot more vision. The damage is crazy high. And a flying unit is relatively easy to maneuver and doesn't give any skeletons. So why not go for one Wyvern? I feel like 120 in this game has never been above 40 food. We're not playing Reign of Chaos here, buddy. Oh, the sick escape. So well done by Lin. And I don't feel 120 has too much of a chance, but when there's no mana and Lich and Dark Ranger are getting some kills, this can start a skeleton snowball. And also 120 so underleveled with Lin getting the 12 o'clock camp. No level 2 coil. Far away actually. No Dark Ritual for extra mana. This is a bit problematic. With Raider and Ensnare now. Yeah, this was just one Wyvern to accelerate creeping. 120 pulled a lot. He only has one ghoul in the base. Now can finally level, but this trade is a rather small camp against one of the biggest camps that Lin is taking now. Both races very hero dependent, very level dependent. And also movement speed for orcs really good. Finally level 2. 2 destroyers. Destroyers might be a problem down the road. There is Ensnare, there is Headhunters, there is a Wyvern. There's an interception. That's a big one. But destroyers are still incredibly strong. And they offer Dispel. Town Portal 120, Lin was just knocking on the door. A Town Portal is very expensive. A Speed Scroll is not, so it's yet another good trade for the War Chief of the Horde. The undoubtedly best orc to ever play this game. Kodo, nicely done. ghouls. Waiting for their moment. Taking a little break. Deserters for the army for now. Love that sentry ward by Lin. So good. 120 is forgetting a statue here, which is a little unfortunate. Three, 2-2. With Nova 2, 120 gets a lot of opportunities. We also have Chain Lightning too. Oftentimes not the most important spell. I think versus ghouls it absolutely is. Oh, bit of a bad position for these two headhunters. With Coil Nova, instant loss. That's the second one. 2 skeletons. On the other side, statues also intercepted. That heal wave is split second too late. It's oftentimes 1-0 strength, these ghoul ambushes against headhunters, and this is why headhunters are not that viable in late game, and we oftentimes see mass wyvern. Statue also taken out. That was the last one. But a lot of headhunters have disappeared supply-wise. It's still neck and neck. Destroyers are getting targeted. And of course, the Orb of Lightning is always triggering against destroyers and statue. It's a bloodbath in the middle of Echo Isles. With more Chain Lightning and more nukes, everyone is losing everything. Level 3 Dark Ranger. Imagine that at the beginning of the fight. It would have been mental. TC has no spells to use, by the way. Nova, big, and snare, invul, level 3. Can this Lich survive? He needs to survive. Without Lich, no competition. Orb of Corruption is the backbone of your army, always. Great micro by Lin, takes out another destroyer while saving the next Wyvern. Raider is babysitting that Lich. He wants to kill the Rage Winter Chill. Down he goes. Excellent recovery by Lin. And now there is nothing left for 120. The Kodo was saved, the Wyvern was saved, the DK is surrounded and stormed, and there's no TP. Oh, he's fine for now. Dark Ranger comes back with the Lich. One to 0, still fighting. But there's another end snare. There's another end snare. Trying to apply the unholy aura to run away, but nope, that is the knockout punch. 2 Lich kills in quick succession, and that is indeed game. Hot damn, strong start by Lin. I think Fastia was solid. I think the fight in the north over the marketplace was really decisive.
Before Game 2 kicks off, big thanks to Rogue Energy. Whether you're grinding games or just chilling out, their sugar-free energy and hydration blends are a solid boost. Grab some at rogueenergy.com and use code B2W for 20% off. Game 2 coming up now.
Get the circuit already, sold the TP as you always do. And now you gotta play around that. 120 will know. Got a lot of skeletons. How good are the last hits? Didn't get this one. Didn't even try, really. And the reveal, so he can play around that. Should be able to play around that. What do we got? 1.3 on the blade. Oh, there's no real chance for Lin to get anything done. Excellent defensive creeping by 120. Full camp, level 2. Blade Master not getting the item either. There's not too many spots to pimp the Blade Master here on this map. Also no marketplace. So far, successful start. As the texts are unfolding as we speak. Lin, of course, very, very, very fast tech, as you oftentimes do. Orcs don't need any units in the beginning. Had a discussion about that recently. That it's a big strength that you can buy so much time with Farseer and Blade Master. Argument was that orcs creeping early on is so bad that they have to do it. We'll see about that. Still so many ghouls. And the next reveal. Isn't it fascinating how much better 1-0 always looks on map 2 compared to map 1? Oh, he might have gotten this one actually. Not revealed currently. Couldn't get it though. Ooh, good DK progress, and also taking this camp away slows down the Shadow Hunter a little.
Town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
And now we do have double beastery. This is full out Wyvern confirmed. Oh, massive opportunity for 1-0. If he cancels his beastery, Wyvern production is severely slowed down. It's not looking like he can finish this. What a timing by 1-0. Beastery also a bit exposed. We got a bit greedy. Attempting a 4-point surround just to flex. There was not too much to lose in that regard. The ghoul falls to Hex anyway. Oh, he bought himself so much time. And now he can heal for free. I'm almost convinced by now that 1-0's cat is playing the first game of a series and then the real 1-0 takes over. Solid retreat as well. Blade Master only 1.6. Desperate measures now. Push the red spot into the base, but there was a ghoul. There's no coil, unfortunately. Can he disrupt this creeping anyway? That would be a huge loss. You have to invest a couple of hexes to get the Ogre Lord trapped like this. We have a coil in 5 seconds. Shockwave. And ghouls are coming in. 1-0 is punishing Lin's creep manipulation. Takes it to the next level with the peon block here. DK gotta be careful. Now there's no hex no more though. Any chance for a steal? Oh, he got it from downtown. All that for nothing. 1-0. So sick, dude. Lin wasn't able to prevent that. That cost Lin so much time. And so much mana. That's what you can do against the hex creep manipulation. Exactly that. Coil range XD. You say that after you got a red spot creep with the hex from here to here. And you complain about coil range. Okay, dude. Okay. Amazing counterplay by 1-0. Really impressed. Beastery down. Creep XP went to 1-0. Now a little ambushed. But Wyvern are in low numbers. The Lich is in trouble though. Needs a coil. Oh my god, through the forest. Wyvern damage, not enough. Nothing goes right for Lin on map 2.
Player's forces are under attack.
EP123, thank you for the raid. You're tuning into a wonderful day of competitive Warcraft. Now some ghouls are suffering, but that's what they do. Whew. Lich was also saved by the golem. Absolutely. One Garg still flying away. Can you save him? You save him? Run, 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 run. And eventually the golem gets punished for that save. With a new item, with the big mana. What a perfect game for 1-0 that is. No critical mass on Wyvern. TC actually, despite having so low heroes.
A player's forces are under attack.
I don't think that's the correct play. I think you gotta, like, if you want to have a chance, double level blade and Shadowhunter, double down on Wyvern. There's no fiends. You don't need a TC. Bit of a strange choice that is. And now we go for the burrows, and that is Lin's supply blocked at 40. So he can't build any more bats and he can't build any more Wyvern. A crazy reversal by 1-2-0 compared to game 1. Two pretty one-sided games so far. Since it's Lin, I'll give him the benefit of a doubt that he still has a chance. But only because it's Lin. Yeah. No benefit, no doubt. Incredible map, I wanted. Just the perfect answer to being a bit outplayed on map number 1. Show your opponent who's boss, dominate, ruin their plans. And it is Tet Fiends. Versus Orc. How hot is it in Shanghai right now? Is 1-0 getting a little heat struck? That is very odd, I gotta say. I have no idea what he's doing with that, guys. It's the most successful play against Orc is always ghouls. Isn't Tet Fiends later altar and graveyard first? No, that is fast Fiends. The specialty of the Tet Fiends is that you go Fiends, but you get the hero fast. Instead of Fiends fast. Nice little steal. Oh, okay, you see already, it's a little bit of a different game. Successful snipe. Doesn't get the item though. That's the ring for the DK. And yeah, Lindsay's, what the hell are you doing, kid? Kid, 1-0 just turned 29 this month. For Warcraft terms, still a kid. So yeah, Blade Master can be incredibly annoying. You get the tech, you get the fiend, you get the zig. But apart from that, you have nothing. And this time, because you... Wait a minute. Double racks. Okay, what the hell is this game? What are we doing here? Diverse meta in Orc vs Undead? Different builds? Different answers? Since when do we have that? For years and years and years and years, it's been very set in stone builds. So he's going again for ground. If there's no ghouls, I can totally understand that. I still don't see the reason why 1-0 goes for fiends. Maybe with 1-0, dude, he's always so cheeky that you could theorize about a tower push. It's like a 2% chance, really.
A player's forces are under attack.
10 feet. I don't get why Lin is going Headhunters versus Fiends. Well, because Headhunters are better than Fiends. That's pretty much what it is. Headhunters only have an issue if there's ghouls. Of course, you could theoretically run into a Dark Ranger, but 1-0 has started the Lich already. I'm still open for like why 120 is doing this, but I haven't seen a crazy good reason just yet. Tier 3 on the way. Berserkers are coming. He knows that with the Shadowhunter, Lin is going for the middle and then takes the consumable away. I like that move. But Lin still contesting the middle. 120. Apparently not a fan of the ritual of the dispel item. Wand of negation, that is. One2zero has always been a bigger fan of Fiends than Happy. Maybe it's time to experiment a little. Lich comes in. Blade is low. We have a Nova, but no. Oh. Coil Nova is scary. That's one kill for sure. And Beastery now for Kodo to boost the damage even further. So, are we going for one precise destroyer push towards burrows? Snipe possible? Nope. Nova got him. But this is well built. Nice SimCity to keep the fiends away from the burrows. A bit fascinating that 120 is able to get the lab. I thought Vamp Aura for a ranged army feels bad. I thought with Blade Master Shadowhunter you should dominate the middle. One 120's last hits are really good this series. And now we get the Dark Ranger, which is supposedly the counter to Headhunters. Focus Fire, Fiends, Lich, Dark Ranger is incredibly strong. But it's medium armor, it's reduced. We got some Coil Nova to help with that. Big mana. Big mana and big invul. Inventory is not bad. Levels are not bad. Destroyer upgrade is finished. So is that the one destroyer timing that you got? Lin's Blade Master is really underwhelming again. I don't see the big red numbers. I don't see the levels. I don't see the inventory. Throughout the early and mid game, I thought 120 would simply be outperformed here by Lin's unit and hero choice. But he maneuvered himself into a at least solid situation. Amazing item for the Dark Ranger for plus strength and agility. Red spot for Lin. Damage is also very underwhelming, huh? Double ring. You got slippers and circlet, I guess. Shadow with the invul, but it's intercepted. Can't reach for a Nova otherwise. That would have been a huge issue. Lucky break for Lin. 1-0 shows good map awareness. Still waiting for the big fight. We get Banshees. 1-2-0. Who refused to go Banshees for 3 years straight against Human is now mixing in Banshees against Blademaster Headhunters. There is no Dispel on Lin's side, so Curse is very strong. But they're also fragile. Hero progress, 2-3-3. Clearly a focus on the fighting heroes and like fighting support heroes in Shadowhunter TC. For healing, for disable, and for aura. Less so on the blade. He's sacrificing this blade. And then I don't know if Banshees are the right answer, if the blade is not an issue. And they can get sniped. Wonderful timing. Ooh, I didn't see that. We got a big claw on that blade. We do have damage now, but we don't have the crit levels. Yeah, claw plus 12 is really good. And then, of course, the Kodo aura on top boosted up for even more damage.
A player's forces are under attack.
Perfect vision here. On the other side, 3-3-3 heroes for 1-2-0. Nova 2, Black Arrow 2. And 1-2-0 is lining up a fight. We don't have a town portal on Lin. If he's caught with his pants down, he has to take the fight, but this is still quite a beeline here. We have 2 Banshees. Blademaster is reducing HP already in the back, but we have Curse, and it works for now. And we also have Burrow against it when I don't... Oh, there is Dust. Okay. One to zeros ahead supply-wise. More Banshees. Stinks. We have cement. And here's a push. This is gonna be a little wonky to engage into this, right? Lin with an interception, that's a statue down. Can you fight this? We got illusions up front to block. Beastery killed. Could even scale a bit with Abomination, I guess. Banshee killed. Shadowhunter 4 doesn't really matter. Blademaster nuke immediately. Silence on both heroes. Breaks through the silence with an Invo potion and it affects 6 to 7 units. Can save a lot with Coil and Burrow. Of course, heroes tank the majority of the damage on the left-hand side with Ensnare. That's pretty strong. It's a crazy... Oh, that stop was so sick, dude. Can't stop this TC. Lots of misses everywhere. TC is necessary to fight against these fiends. DK in trouble. Here's the Hex and that's the execution. No way to save him. Dies with the big mana potion and the TC and the TP as he couldn't get the Dispel out. Invo potion on the blade again. Without the DK, how do you fight really? Despite the Frost Armor and the Burrow and the Curse, there's still so much damage and Lin is standing tall. There was a question, why you go Headhunters versus Fiends? Well, there's your answer. Lin destroying this fight, the perfect DK execution. 1-2-0's Ted Fiend experiment versus Orc. It looked so good for a long time, but then in the fights, man, we see... Oh, a Shadowhunter kill! Didn't expect that. Lich in trouble. Invo potion. Is there a chance still? With the tri-hero combo with the TC gone. Dark Ranger saved again. Goes on the cost of a Lich HP. TC is still benched for 70 seconds. Any Blademaster nukes? Not just yet. On that tri-hero. Can they solo this entire Headhunter army? It's a lot of skeletons. Lin ran straight into the DK revive, which usually isn't a problem. But with the big mana potion, that is a problem. Because all of a sudden, there is Coil Nova again. 6 save for the map for 120.
Players' forces are under attack.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why the series between 120 and Lin are just gorgeous. TC about to be back. We got the necessary amount of repair, but can he get out of there? Alta still standing. Okay, TC back. He never rebuilt the beastry. Okay. He can't go Raiders or Kodos. He has basically Headhunter Walker. Without Ensnare and without the Kodo boost. Well, that's a gigantic mistake to not have the beastry back. Man, Lin's so focused on the fight that he forgot about the greater picture. That is the last Kodo! Saves it with a heal. Oh, doesn't save it. Okay. Good burrows, but there is reveal. Stomp. Nice. Lin needs the hero kill, it feels like. Info potion dodges the coil. Arm was already in the air. Split second save, and now 120 is in trouble again. Headhunter damage really good. We hunt statues, which are the backbone of the army. Mana and HP regeneration. More focus fire takes out more headhunters. They are a bit sturdier now with limited amount of destroyers, and therefore this spell 5-4-4 on the Orc heroes, but also the Dark Ranger putting on a clinic of a match. Killing one HH after the next. Raising one skeleton after the next. What a game! Destroyer saved. Went on the cost of a lot of mana. DK still so much mana. Rest of the day off and B2W is live with Lin Games. Doesn't get any better. Let's go, Hector. Blade, here. Lich in trouble. Purge. Frost Armor. Hex! Dispel! Where's the coil? Oh no, the DK went to the shop and he couldn't get the coil out. What is this game? Massive mistake to not be present with the DK. This might not be a perfect game, but it's a damn entertaining game. Destro falling, and now what's left? Lich back. Blade Master's going crazy with the 216 crits. Oh, the big red numbers, they have arrived. And Lich is on the menu. Wants to get rid of that Frost Armor, of the Nova, of the damage. 210 and 246. Lin Saint Sword double crit. GG. 120 down the dirt. Warchief takes it, accepts the gift of 120 in the end. What a roller coaster of emotions. Here on map 3, Lin with match points. Now, can Lin do it again? 120. Hopefully he's not deterred by that missed opportunity. Losing a hero in that comfortable of a situation. Heartbreaking for every Undead fan.
A player's forces are under attack.
New chance. Clean slate, clean sheets. Circle it for the blade. And techs are unfolding as so often. Lin decides to not immediately harass. Oh, Acolyte in for the steal. Lin is aware though. And let the creeps do the dirty work. That way, he can get Turtle and Acolyte. A little extra XP. And gets rewarded with the claw. Nice start for Lin.
Players' forces are under attack.
Next attempt. Now poison is spread. Blade Master only has one windwalk, so he can either get in or out. Yeah, you got a lot more control on the ground with ghouls. That's definitely noticeable. And yeah, judging from the 2 games, I don't really see a reason for 1-0 to go Fiends last game, but hey, it almost worked. Can we blame a strategy that almost worked? I mean, we can, but should we?
A player's forces are under attack.
Power creeping. As long as the Shadow Hunter and Wyvern aren't here, try to get as much control of the map as you possibly can, while playing around the harassing Blade Master, of course. Here's the reveal. Can he prevent that steal? Nice block with the ghoul, so the Blade Master can't go in. Might result on 2 ghoul losses, though. Olin has the chance of major damage here. Couldn't get it, but at least the ghoul fell and maybe more. Thank you, Bappa, for the tier 1 sub. A new sub in 2025. That is amazing. Blade surrounded. LOL. What? He dead. How the heck did that just happen? Lin 100%. Huh? How you get surrounded there? In the Wand of Mana Stealing. Oh, Wand of Mana Stealing. Sorry, I was busy with the sub. Wand of Mana Stealing. Nice. Okay, in a moment where the Shadow Hunter is being produced at the altar, so the revive efficiently, like, it takes a lot longer. Basically 45 seconds. Damn. Chances for game 5 drastically increase. We trap the Makrura. Shadow Hunter, Bounty Hunter. What was the name of the Bounty Hunter? Bob? No. Doug? Was it Doug? Dog! Yes, it was Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's pretty much what the Shadow Hunter is.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, wait a second. It's Dovak Fiends.
A player's
Do we even have
forces are
ghouls
under
left? Yeah, we do. It's Dovak Fiends. Another different approach by 1-0. He really wants to play Fiends somehow.
is under siege.
But the Wyvern are here. Do we have Web already? Okay, we do. But man, a slaughter in the undead base. Wide open. 1-0 busy creeping. During tech, he's getting Acolytes slaughtered. We were hoping for game 5 after that Blade Master kill. But all of a sudden, the door to the winner bracket final is wide open.
A player's forces are under attack. Town is under siege.
But this is why Hammerfall can be so great for Wyvern. He has the Ziggurat ready, in position to cover for exactly this situation. It's just late. Too late for the situation. Lin surprised him with that push. And maybe 1-0 lost a bit track of the game here. Oh my god, that is a catastrophe. So many ghoul kills, so many acolyte kills. Nothing you can do at the moment. You need a monstrous counter push. And there have been some gifts by both players throughout the series, but I feel like with the most classic of all Wyvern plays, Lin gets ultimately ahead here. It's not the fireworks finish to the series that we were hoping for, at least not yet. Lin with a very lame but efficient style. Oh my god, and the blade is here. Classic orc play.
Player's forces are under attack.
If you like to torture people, orcs truly have the tools for you. But we have to admit, 1-0 exposed his base big time. So this is working. I don't know how to recover from this. Lin barely crept. I mean, he crept the undead main base. And he got 3-2 from that. Oh boy. I don't know how 1-0 couldn't have seen this coming. On Hammerfall. Blade is not even interested in creepjacking. There is a fiend now, but that is of course way too late, and it's also trapped, and we don't have burrow. Oh, so we need to micro. 2 more Wyvern coming in. Blade Master is having a field day. He can do whatever he wants. Claws, double circlet, 98 crit. Would have been so funny if he lost the TC to the creeps. But no. Couple of glitches by Lin in map 2. He didn't play perfectly in map 3 either. But it was just barely enough.
A player's forces are under
And then this utter orc dominance on map 4. That is surely problematic. We had walkers as well. Very early actually, right? Lin's army isn't too impressive. What's the gold difference? We got 6-3 versus 5-4. That is 900 gold. Getting nuked now.
a player's forces.
But there's a healing. So, can 1-0 truly recover from this? The good thing is, I guess, TC doesn't level. At all. DK is close to 5. If you get DK to 5...
A player's forces are under
you might get some heroes. And TC needs to be 3. Blade kinda needs to be level 4. There's a little left. Nothing really to attack here. Well, the shop. Okay, we do have an orb, right? Yeah, we do. That was a disastrous mid-game for 1-2-0. Still chances, though. Lin can buy more time. He's not getting supply locked. Yeah, good point. 1-2-0 sacrificed a lot of economy, but soaked up the map and got a lot of XP. That's right. That's true. But let's see if that was enough. TC being nuked soon, but the heal wave is ready. Stomp again, and these stomps are really, really good. Godo hasn't eaten, but it's the damage boost the coil used to kill it off. DK still not 5. Dark Ranger in trouble. There's not that much control. TC is invis due to why? The cloak. Oh my. Of course, had to be the cloak. Here comes another stomp. Now, can you save the cow? Can you save the blade? No, you can't. Avada Kedavra. Blade goes down. The hero level advantage for the undead. TC saved with the cloak once again. And 1-2-0, despite mining 900 gold less, might be able to take it. What's Warcraft without heroes? Not that much. We got Tauren, which is very interesting. But Tauren aren't heroes either. Oh my god, 1-2-0. Going Tauren, kind of a brave choice. And the hopes for the dreams of Game 5 are more than alive. Chat, you were right. You were right. I got fooled by this crazy Blade Master Wyvern economy harass. I was misled by a 900 gold difference. And now the heroes are dead. And you can barely bring him back. 5, 4, soon to be 3. Game over. Oh my god. Lin was IMO far ahead after that harass. But 1-2-0 used the time well. Did recover. 900 gold difference in the mid game. 1-2-0 back to ghouls. No Dreadlord shenanigans. Since we mentioned it on Echo Isles, we can say the same about Twisted. There is a little bit of an off chance for certain undeads to go for Dreadlord. Labby experiments with it, and oftentimes when Labby is experimenting, 1-2-0 is at least trying that as well. Maybe too high stakes, maybe not the room for experiments, maybe Lin not the person to play it against. So we both leave each other alone. That is rather similar to Hammerfall in the beginning. It is a nice little back and forth throughout the series.
A player's forces are under attack.
How successful is Lin in the early game? Can he steal some items? Can he steal some XP? Can he force some coils? I'd say between these two, it's less about just perfection as it is between like Lin and Happy. In those games, whoever plays oh, that's a lot of damage on the DK. Wait a minute. Is there a chance? He's getting greedy. He has another Windwalk. Oh, he dead! He dead! But are both dead? Yes! Double kill! Oh my god! god! Lin, of course, getting the experience. So that hurts him. But this is just, isn't that the epitome of this entire series? Both want to be so greedy. Both are going for a lot of kills. Both are playing around each other. And it ends up, the final map starts off with a double hero kill prior to the 5-minute mark. Now let's freaking go for some grand entertainment. Lin got the XP. DK is back faster. And Lin again with confidence in headhunters. Wow. Maybe he just wants to enjoy the time until the piercing damage nerve hits. One last ride for the headhunter boys. Is 120 maybe willing to go for Dark Ranger second? Oh, lol. Haha! Bestiary. How did I say barracks? It is Wyvern then, of course. Okay, okay. Jesus Christ, man. I'm seriously mentally challenged these days. Wow. Yeah, it's not headhunters, it's Wyvern, guys. Forget what I said. Forget what I said. Q right of the Valkyrie, the Wyvern are coming. Will he play it the same way as he did on Hammerfall? There's a lot of room on this map. But you don't want to be out-crept again, I guess. I feel like seriously, some of my synapses are damaged. Great little creep trick. Well, from the orc perspective at least. But since we're always neutral here, it is great for him as a player. And slowing down the DK once again. He was close to level 3. Lich is out. You can't afford to lose this Overseer as well. Then chances for a high level Blade Master increase. And on this map, you can get up to plus 40 damage. Nova secures the kill. He didn't get item, right? Oh, that Lich, by the way. Holy! Wyvern dominance starts now. Hexon and Acolyte, really? Okay. So yeah, Lin shifts gears. From a lot of economy harass into double hero creeping. Not even willing to sacrifice his Blade Master progress anymore. Which on Twisted I can always understand. You want to cover more ground with higher level Windwalk. So I'd say on no map is level 3 Blade Master as important as it is on Twisted. One to 0 lining up a big push. Ghouls, Destros, Tri-Hero. Are we working on reinforced defenses? We do. It's a very, very classic 2008 Destroyer push. But Destroyers are far off. Yeah, can't go for the Burrows. Can at max go for the Voodoo Lounge. So that makes it impossible to go for an Orb of Lightning, which is helpful. But was that worth his time investment? No level 3 heroes on Lin thus far. who in every game went for a TC, right? So it seems like the time of dual hero orc is for now over.
A player's forces are
Blade items are good. Lich items are good. 2 rings on the Shadow Hunter as well. Can pass 1 to the TC. I really like that. Well, again, 1-0 is making damn sure he gets a lot of kills. In the one game he's not playing Fiends, he gets the flute.
player's forces are under attack.
And Creepcraft. The tamest game? Maybe? After that early slap on the wrist from both sides? We look into the base. No real adjustments, is more of the same. Big invul. Amazing. Yep, one wyvern gone to the creeps and was looking somewhere else. Also forgetting the Kodo here. So he's slipping a little bit. Ah. Red spot. Big mana pendant. Ho! Lin didn't get too many steals in here. We go Gargs, by the way. Rather late. 4 and 3 and 2. Hero levels look again great for 1-0. Also 3-3-2. We don't have level 2 crit yet, which is an issue. Expansion. And Lin is just moving away. Oh, I wouldn't have expected that. And neither does Lin, I think. DK again, far away from the rest of the army. Got a heal scroll. Love to see more and more spikes in melee pro games. They do a lot of damage. Statues are perfect against that though. And he gets the bestiary. Oh! Okay, here we go. Lin with the tower, man. That is almost old school, like a base build from 2 years ago. Big building damage, and this is where top orcs always had the most problems with. Lots and lots of ghouls.
A player's forces are under attack.
No attack upgrades, still +8. Staff of Silence, by the way. Can be dispelled, of course, but you have a limited amount of dispel. Staff of Silence can be fantastic at the right point in time. Batrider detonate long range. Lin, this is still a bit problematic that he doesn't have a second bestiary. And Lin is blind on the right-hand side. He doesn't have a tiny Great Hall. That TC, by the way, 14 armor. That's insane.
A player's forces are under attack.
Lin oh, he scouts it now. No narrow tower here to slow the blade down. This could just be all acolytes gone. And with that, the point of attack seems to be clear.
The town is under
Red spot, left-hand side, already gone. Oh, Blade isn't here. He doesn't have a staff. Can he reach with the Nova? He needs to slow him down. There we go. Ah, speed scroll ready. Okay, Lin was prepared for an ambush like that. Trying to counter expand soon.
A player's forces are under attack.
It could be the lab. Should be the lab. For 1-2-0. Dark Ranger again. Not the most ideal hero. Needs it against the TC though. Rock Golem gone. Item. Not able to pick it up. Robe of the Magi should pick it up. Little wonky situation here. Wyvern not coming in. Not too many Garks in the air. How do you deal with the Wyvern? Answer, of course, Coil Nova and Focus Fire. Woo, big Destroyer bust. They got tons of mana. Smart, nice decision by 1-2-0. Will it win him the game is the question. Stomp doesn't hit too many targets, but it does hit the heroes. Can he deal with the Wyvern? It's all about air superiority. Stomp, nice. Destro falling. Wyvern suit as well. That Lich is an absolute monster. Wyvern disappear. Kodo comes in. 1-2-0. 50 food. He used the Staff of Silence here. Nicely done. Second Destroyer will fall. Closing in that supply gap. Can the Blade Master do it? He needs to. Invo Potion, but without level 2 crit. That is so hard to do. Reinforcements are coming in, but it's mostly Kodos. And Coil Nova on the Shadow Hunter. This gotta be it. 1-2-0 back-to-back wins against Lin. Winner bracket final for the Necromancer after such a long, disappointing time in B-Cups. It very much looks like it. The lack of level 2 crit hurts him so bad. Kodo falling, Ghoul free, Destro saved, and what does Lin have left? He's hoping for an expansion, I guess, but another Nova, another Coil! No Staff of Silence can save him from that! Nobody before this tournament would have expected 1-2-0 in the winner bracket final, but I don't think there is a way for Lin to prevent that anymore, and there is not. The return of the Necromancer. Top 4 finished, guaranteed. Lin fell apart here at the end.